too would like to thank the Most Reverend Primate, the Archbishop of Canterbury, for introducing this important debate. Through artificial intelligence, what was once considered science fiction has become science faction. Innovation and technology have brought solutions to people's everyday problems. Britain can be proud of the fact that it started the Industrial Revolution, but we're now in the fast-moving AI revolution, and the bait hides a hook. I had the privilege to present the bill in 1997, which established Britain's first ever comprehensive DNA database. But without DNA regulation, we would not have experienced that positive DNA revolution. As a result, we became the first nation in the world to embrace that groundbreaking technology. Nearly 30 years later, the DNA database has positively transformed the effectiveness of medicine, forensic, and research science. Of 195 nations in the world, 175 now utilize DNA profiles. In the King's speech, there was no mention, my lords, of an AI bill. In January of last year, the government announced its intention to consult on proposed legislation to regulate AI and to put the AI Security Institute on a statutory footing. Nearly 18 months later, the government has not acted on these plans, so may I ask the Noble Minister, why not? Over half of adults and young people in the UK use artificial intelligence. This can produce human-like content and dialogue, but we must not forget that each one of us has AI. It's called actual intelligence. There is a danger that increased use of AI for friendship, in inverted commas, could reduce incentives to maintain human relationships with negative long-term social consequences. AI companions are always available and do not have their own needs, so people may find interacting with an AI friend easier than sustaining a human relationship. For 10 years, I had the privilege of being a vice president of the BBFC, the British Film Board. We regulated films and video games from all over the world, but in particular from Hollywood. Our remit was to protect, in particular, children and other vulnerable sections of society. We saw how powerful films and video games can be in affecting emotions and the ways in which the world is perceived. AI is having an increased effect on these creative industries, including films and video games. But there have to be, my lords, guardrails. It is easier to build a strong child than to repair a broken man. I'm also encouraged by the potential AI applications in healthcare. We're all living longer, and the demands on the National Health Service are greater than ever. Now, I have to accept that more and more money is being spent on the NHS, but it's clear that simply spending more money is not the answer. It's like pouring water into a bath with the plug out. AI is creating new ways to treat illness and streamline management to make it more effective. But during that process, there must be oversight from human doctors, nurses, and other medical staff. AI brings with it other challenges which are yet to be met. They include the impact on jobs and careers, the protection of copyright in the creative industries, and the potential impact on the environment. AI models require large amounts of electricity with increased carbon emissions. Each use of an AI tool needs a significant amount of energy. A ChatGPT query uses about 5 times more energy than a simple web search. The irony is that the growth of AI technology could find its biggest obstacle in the lack of physical buildings to develop it in. Planning laws are available to people who oppose data centers in their locality. The energy consumption of data centers globally has increased greatly since 2022. It is expected by the end of this year, data centers will consume 1,050 terawatt hours, equal to the amount of electricity consumption of Japan and Russia. Even the mining of raw materials needed to make processes used for AI often involve harmful effects on the environment. Some critics claim that AI machines may become more and more like humans. But my lords, I believe that the danger may be that humans try to become more and more like machines with a constant search for perfection and efficiency. It is the human soul that will always be unique. Beethoven created his wonderful Ninth Symphony to inspire the world at a time when he had become almost totally deaf and could not hear the music himself. Human beings, not machines, have the qualities of courage, faith, love, intuition, curiosity, imagination, and creativity. They also experience sadness, failure, ill health, and doubt. Yes, a machine can be manufactured with no visible imperfections or cracks, but in humans, it is sometimes the cracks that let the light in.